that's what we have. I do want to look. Gordon says BLM is crucial. Afro-Americans never get reconciliation. Their families have no inheritance, while those who profited them have perpetuated wealth in the capitalist system. I wanted to bring that. Absolutely agree. And I think that Gordon came in late, and I just want to say that we started with the civil rights movement and stuff. So we covered into that in our discussion. And then I also, before we left, as a good transition, International Green Party said, how can socialists bring about any type of tangible change? In the 60s, Dr. Martin Luther King won the right to vote, but that has been wiped away. What can Greens and Reds do? Show up next month for our organizing workshop, right? Today was talking about socialism, but we will be back next month. We will be back on December 27th. It's like always the fourth Tuesday for our last 101 session of the year. It'll be Organizing 101. Like all the others, you can view our past ones at greensocialist.net/101s. So you can look at those old ones. In this upcoming organizing one, the previous one, we did how to build a local, right? So we kind of envisioned that you want to start a Green Party local, or it could be any kind of independent socialist organization, but there wasn't one. And so what were some initial steps that you could take on the 27th next month for our fourth Organizing 101 session? It's going to be on a just as important issue in the Green Party, how to rebuild your local, right? Green Party locals were devastated by COVID. We've been devastated by anyone but Trump, right? So we kind of got hit by this double whammy of like the anyone but Trump, which from my opinion and people I've talked to was worse than it was in 2004 with anyone but Bush. So that was already going to take a toll and hit us. But then add in COVID and the fact that we couldn't meet, we couldn't organize, we couldn't knock doors, we couldn't be involved in our community as easily. A lot of Green Party locals are kind of withered. And so our next Organizing 101 next month on the 27th will cover how to rebuild a local. You got anything, Garrett?
Nope. It sounds good. We'll see you next month early.
Yep. And I did want to say too, if you want to get involved in working with us, right? Like we said, we could do a 2-hour presentation, workshop on readings from every one of these slides. The big barrier is Garrett and I's time and the other committee members' time, right? And our experience and our knowledge and our access. So if you want to get involved in our education working group, you can email me at chris@howiehawkins.us. You can also sign up at greensocialist.net. We've got a meeting on Sunday, and get involved that way. But if you want to just skip that whole kind of onboarding process and come straight to me, you can. We would love to put together reading lists on every one of these. We'd love to turn those reading lists into, video sessions. We've got a bunch of stuff that we're working on over time, and that we could pull off a lot easier with a few more hands on deck. So if you're interested in working on education stuff with us, give me an email and we'll get you plugged in. But we will see everybody back next month for our fourth session of Organizing 101. If you want to get into the organizing stuff before then, like we said, you can go to greensocialist.net/101s and see our original, our first 3 sessions, where we, do a pretty deep dive into, kind of organizing theory, with the caveat that there's very little resources for independent organizing. Most of it is oriented towards mainstream, political organizing or not-for-profit union organizing, which are, similar but different from what we're trying to do. So if you want to, dive in before before we get together again next month for our next of these monthly sessions, you can go there and watch those videos or listen to them as podcasts or just look through the slide deck. And we will see everybody next month, and have a good Thanksgiving.